Hello chaps, how are we doing today? Good to see everybody. Hope you're well. Bringing to you today a world record for the most KA, so that's KOs and assists in a ranked game with all for one. So KAs when you combine your KOs and assists into a single number. You may have seen me using it quite a bunch throughout some titles, some video descriptions and timestamps. So those of you who've been here, you know what it is. But yeah, so for all for one centric, so again, all for one centric, not other characters. This is primarily from the playstyle of all for one. We got the world record, which is, well, I'll let you find out. I'll let you find out. So let's enjoy the game together. So the three of us, we got the Aizawa down, and then obviously we have this Mount Lady who's chilling out. Now I thought to myself, hey, if I'm playing all for one, normally my biggest priority outside of leveling is trying to get someone with mobility in my quirk set. So Mount Lady, you know, she's got her Tony Hawk Pro Skater gravity defying Ollie, Ollie slide, whatever you like to call it. So I'm thinking, hey, that works out for me. So now that I've got Mount Lady, essentially I can just, you know, do my 619 up into the air whenever I need to get away from something. Which is essentially, you know, kind of what you need. You don't always need to try and go for, what do you call it, a mobility-based secondary quirk set for all for one. I mean, you have other options, you can do other things. It's not as if, you know, it's set in stone. The Bible doesn't tell you that you need to have a mobility quirk set as a secondary for good old all for one. It's just, you know, it's just what a lot of people would consider to be a good move. Or maybe even the best move, but again, some people might say otherwise, but that's just how I like to operate. Let me know in the comments, for those of you who play all for one, or whenever you do choose to use all for one, secondary quirks, do you like to take just whatever, or whatever you enjoy most, or do you try to prioritize a mobility quirk set for the, you know, the option to chase or escape with our good friend all for one? Do you think it's possible for all for one to have a genuine friendship with somebody? I feel like all for one would never have a genuine friend. He just has people that he can either use or can't use, or people who are useful to him or not useful to him. Or I doubt this guy is ever, you know, genuinely happy to see somebody, you know, like in a friendly way. I love how me and that Denki, we both decided that the main what'd you call it? The main priority there was not hitting each other, but picking up all that loot. See, that's always the risk that some people don't know about with all for one. Watch this. I pull them in. I do the half beta into the alpha hits. When you choose to do that, you open yourself up to attacks, because that person who you half baited and are now, you know, going to finish off with alphas, they can still hit you back. And a lot of players have clocked onto this now, so if you're an all for one player, it's not always the right move to do that, because it's the most damaging move, because you get the half beta damage and then you get the continued alphas, which is, you know, fantastic. But it can leave you very compromised if you're not ready to take the hits, or if more people than what you're expecting are ready to help give hits with the one that you pulled in. You know, you could very well be the victim of a team effort if you're not careful doing that. But the difference is, when you just use your beta alone and you knock them back, you're at the very least stopping the person you pulled in from reacting to you instantaneously. So when you are playing all for one, damage wise, the main option is to always half beta and then get as many alphas off as you can. Damage wise, that is the number one play. However, it's not always the right play, because sometimes getting that extra damage off is not worth the damage that's gonna come your way. So what you should be doing is just doing the full beta so that they can't come back at you. Again, it's case by case, but you'll see me do both in this game. Also, why is this not fixed yet? Where you do the entire, you know, spiel of, hey, I'm a hero or I'm a bad guy, give me a card. And then the civilian's like, sorry, can you say that again? and you have to do the whole goddamn circle again. Why is that still in the game? This has been in the game since this has been in the game since the beta, funny enough. Since the beta, that glitch occurs every now and then. Do we love it? No. I know for a fact that twice. Oh yeah, look, see that's one reason why I did it there. Because there was 3 guys in front of me, and I know if I stunned them only halfway. Well, 2 guys at the time, but it became 3. That's what she said. Yeah, if I decided to do the half stun, that's 2 separate people that are capable of hitting hard, you know, at a quick pace, could basically punish me at once. And I didn't know if they were low enough to warrant it. Whereas at that time when I did it, I knew they were low enough for me to warrant taking the risk because I had obviously hit them a bunch of times by that point. So that could have went very differently if I chose to prioritize damage over survivability when I did my gamma pull into beta. Hopefully I'm explaining that well enough for you guys. I don't know sometimes when I'm explaining things like that if you guys grasp what I'm trying to say or if I'm just making it convolute for no reason, but I just try to give you it in depth. I know most of you probably don't care, but I try my best anyway. Yup. Yup. Who do you guys think has the coolest voice in My Hero Academia is going to be too hard. That's too many characters. Let's go with My Hero Ultra Rumble. Who do you think has the coolest voice in My Hero Ultra Rumble? But you also need to say if you play on dub or sub. Because obviously they're going to have different answers. Oh, look at that. And again, I made a conscious choice there not to do the full alpha thing. Because again, there was like 3 or 4 people there. I wasn't sure if I was going to get receipts from all of them, if you know what I'm saying. So rather than take the risk when my health wasn't A1, well, you know, my overall health and shield wasn't A1, I thought, let me just get the guaranteed damage on all of these people, keep them occupied for a bunch of time so my teammates can reposition and do whatever they have to do. And then I can just skate on by afterwards without taking any punishment for it. Again, sometimes the right move is to do the beta halfway and then the alpha to get as much damage, and sometimes you just want to rock out the full beta just so you can deal damage out without getting any comeback on yourself. There's a joke in there somewhere, but we're not going to approach it. So again, on that point, I decided it was worth it. You just have to go by feel, because it really all comes down to whether or not those opponents, see what I mean? Like, that could have happened to me in any of the other previous attempts. It's very, very hard to say. The reason why I went for it there is because I thought maybe he'd be too low to do anything to me at that point, but it turns out I was wrong. And again, I didn't have any shields there when I pulled him in, so I didn't want to take the risk of what just happened to me with that either. I was suffering from PTSD still, you know? So again, I felt confident that that dude was low because I was hitting straight for red. As soon as I picked him up into it, had a feeling he'd been in fights. Had a feeling he had been in fights for a while. So I felt confident to take the risk. You know, so again, it just all depends on how much risk you're willing to take with that combination. Because it is a very strong combination. Gamma pull into beta halfway into alpha, you know, that can absolutely wreck people. You know, it's a very strong combo, but it's not without its risks at the same time. Twice-chan. I feel like in that sort of quote, All For One would actually say Twice his name, but I don't know his name. Can't remember it. I'm not actually a Twice fan. You know, a lot of people love Twice. I'm not a fan of his. Not because I don't like him, not because I don't think he's good. I mean, I think he's funny at best. I think he's funny. And I know he's strong. Before some say, oh, he could do... I know he's strong. It's not what I'm saying. I don't know. I just don't really have much attachment to Twice as a character. I prefer a lot more characters than him. Presento da yo. Here's a question for you guys. If you lived in the My Hero Academia universe and you had a crap quirk, your quirk was shit. Your quirk sucked. Your quirk sucked so bad, you almost hated your parents for it. That's how bad your quirk was. If you had the chance to have All For One take your quirk away and give you a good one, with the catch being that you now had to serve him, not in like a weird way, you know, it's not going to ask you to do anything weird, but you will have to become a villain now. On some degree, some level, you are going to be responsible for some calamity. Directly or indirectly, you are going to be in service of All For One. Would you do that? Get rid of your quirk that you think is rubbish or useless or whatever. Get a good one. You can't even say what one it is, by the way. I would have... No, not I would have. You don't even know which one you're going to get. You just know it will be better than the one that you had. You know, All For One's going to say, this isn't an Argos catalogue where you get to choose what you want from me. No, I'm going to give you a quirk and you're going to take it. Would you take that if it meant you were now working for All For One and you had to do whatever he told you? Currently at 17 KA in this ranked game. Currently at 17 KA. That clone was brain dead. That clone was like, I was just born today, and I had no idea where I'm supposed to be. Imagine someone said that to a Twice clone because he was being stupid, you know? What, were you born yesterday? We're like, actually, no, I was born today. I'm that stupid. Burn. $18 KA, 19 KA. The world record All For One ranked KA combination. Also, I'm aware, you know, it's probably not one that people are going for. It just so happened to happen here. But, you know, gotta get new video ideas for YouTube. Sooner or later, you take anything you can get. But at the same time, I was pretty damn happy with what is now about to be 21 KA for about 7k damage roughly. So there you have it, the world record KO and assist combination for All For One specifically. 21. 素晴らしいね。おらないと。So there you have it. 9 KOs, 12 assists, 21 in total. Total team KOs 22. That's pretty nice as well. But obviously, that is not the point of this video. That is over. That is more than a full lobby actually, because if you count yourselves, you know, a full lobby is 24 minus the 3 that you are is 21. We basically not only did the world record KA for All For One, but we also did a full lobby KO as well. So pretty nice stuff there. GG's to my teammates, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So Peace. And game 2, you know, just something of a bonus. This match, the numbers are a lot less, obviously. But this is a very good lobby. This is pretty much an ace rank lobby. You have like 2 or 3 teams in here that are all ace rank, all very, very strong players. And by ace rank, I mean, you know, like their KDs are above 2, 3, 4. You know, that kind of thing we're looking at. So this is a, you know, very, what's the word I'm looking for here? This was a very intense lobby at times. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this bonus game. Come. You notice as well, when I play All for One, I like to directly go above people's heads when I'm floating in the air for the gamma. This isn't, you know, just for no reason. When you directly go over somebody's head, you know, it obscures their view of you. You know, it makes them either A, not know where you are because you're above them and their screen typically doesn't go upward that much. You know, unless they do it on purpose. So when you go above them directly, it kind of makes it either A, they won't see you, or B, they might, you know, have seen you, but now they don't know exactly where you went, and they're probably going to turn around. That's going to be their first thing to look behind them, which isn't up. And by the time they figure it out, you've probably got your gamma off. The second reason is because it makes aiming at you just a little bit more complicated. If you do it in front of them, you know, they'll see you. If you do it somewhere off in the distance where they can see you, well, again, they can see you. But if you go right over the top of their head, sure, it takes them just putting their camera up to see you, but it's just that added little bit of where there's that extra bit of chance where they just won't grasp that properly compared to the other two, which are way more obvious. And on top of that, some characters don't have the means to hit you when you're directly above them. Or at least some of them, it's not so straightforward to do that. So even though it's not a foolproof plan, doesn't mean, you know, doing a gamma above somebody is going to mean you're not going to get hit. Oh, you will still get hit, but it's all about, you know, limiting chances of what people can do to you. And then the more you limit people's chances against you, the more your chances work in your favor. See that? Especially with the All Might there, I was not feeling brave enough to do the half beta. I was looking at him and I'm thinking, as soon as this guy comes out of the beta stun, he is going to suplex my brain. So that's why I held down the beta for him, because I was thinking, nah, I don't want to get this United States of Smash on my forehead as soon as I let go of this beta. And then, you know, on the opposite, when I pulled in that Bakugo, the Bakugo player, once I pulled him in and I started hitting him with my beta, I'm like, hey man, you're taking some flesh damage right now. I think, and you're a rapid who has 250 health. So I'm thinking, you know what, I will take that gamble. You explosive son of a bitch. I will take that gamble. And it worked out. So again, just like I said earlier in the video, when you're playing All for One, that mix up between full beta or half beta when you pull them in with a gamma, this is really going to depend on what you think of the situation you're in. I knew I was taking that alpha there, but I managed to get a big bit of damage on the Endeavor to make him back off with the charged alpha. Charged alphas are really good in like those types of very limited spaces where they kind of can't get out of the way of it. And again, you know, that one there, I took a lot of damage going for my gamma beta pull. And it wasn't even the Bakugo's fault that time, it was an outside party's. So again, that's like another thing you need to look out for. But yeah, we had a YouTuber in this match. We had, you know, sweaty ace plays in this match. It was a good match, very frantic. Like I said, the numbers aren't the same as the first one. But some games when you have good players around, where a lot of good players, doesn't really work out that way because everyone's kind of doing their thing. And it gets spread out a lot more. And at that point, just the main thing is the victory. In some ways, I would say this victory is more impressive than the first one. In the video, to me, this win right here was more, it says more about the team we have, you know, to win a match like this compared to the first game where we just stormed the lobby, because, you know, it's just, you're working it against different opponents, both ranked but different opponents. fuck it. I'm like, yeah, you guys can deal with that. I'm gonna get my weeklies done by opening up a big chest. Get your weeklies done, people. A lot of you guys always ask me, how do you have so many tickets? I got like 2,500 tickets as of saying this right in the moment. I've got about 2,500 tickets. Most of my tickets come from doing weeklies, week after week after week. I just get my weeklies done, get my dailies done. As soon as I get my dailies done, as soon as I get my weeklies done, I'm like, all right, I can chill out now. I don't need to play this game anymore because I've done what I need to do. I've got my tickets as much as I can get, and even events sometimes. Get your get your event stuff done, because when you do events, you get crystals from them sometimes, and those crystals can be used to buy tickets. So what you want to basically do is make sure you grind every possible reward that you can for tickets and for crystals, and then you get the tickets flat out, and then you use the crystals to buy more tickets. And always buy tickets when they're on offer. Offers come when new things drop. Start of season, end of season, new skill set, new character. They always put ticket deals at those times. So things to look out for there. Anyway, GG's. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the dealio and how it all goes. Am I missing anything here? Anything else I have to say? I don't think so. No, bear with me. I'm thinking. No. Goodbye. No, seriously though. Go away.